Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another week. Monarchs of Wrestling. Y'all know what we here for. Y'all know what we talking about. Everything in the world of professional wrestling as it relates to AEW, TNA, and WWE. So
Ladies and
again,
gentlemen, hold on, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm doing a little better. Not fully healthy yet, but I am in the building. And I would like to take a moment of silence, because this week in professional wrestling, we saw a lot of titles change hands. And I would say about 90% of the titles that change hands, the fans are not happy about. Now,
I don't even have anything to say.
we have a lot to get into today. I feel we should switch it up a bit. Let's say we should go to AEW first.
That's fine, sir. But I also want to shout out Real Wise Radio, where you are able to listen to us live right now. Also, shout out to 502 Angel Radio. And hey, my toes want to, we'll go to AEW first. If you could tell, I even mentioned AEW first.
Mm-hmm.
Big white smile for you.
Just
You
saying.
watching us live?
Because
Big white smile for you. All right, so
we need time to talk TNA, because TNA went in. Oh, TNA went in.
all right, sir. So we'll go AEW first. Doesn't really matter to me. Uh, I have
I know you don't got much to say about AEW. That's why I want to do it first and get out the way.
I don't have much to say about TNA either. I don't have much to say about WWE. Um, so AEW
No,
Dynamite.
you have a lot to say.
No, I don't, because I already said it all. They just proved me right. All right, so AEW Dynamite, Heyman Page had an interview. Colton Gunn attacked him from behind. Juice Robinson and Jay White, the other members of the Bang Bang Gang that are actually healthy, showed up to help. Um, First match of the week, we saw Shelton Benjamin take on Sammy Guevara. Let's just say Sammy Guevara got enough offense for this not to be a squash match. But it looks like we're gonna see some gold around Shelton Benjamin soon. The way they are um, showing us him right now. Presenting him is the word I wanted to use. The way they're presenting him right now, it seems like he'll get one of them 50 billion talent championships soon.
So
And he was
because
beating
we just gonna slow burn Barbie Lashley into AEW.
um we'll see. So the show did open with John Moxley and his wild talk. He was in the desert and talking about how they was on the way and whatever. So there's that too, but they gotta give me more than just the same thing for that too. You know what I'm saying? Um Brian Cage and Lance Archer are going to be a tag team. They beat two guys who don't matter. Before
What
that
else is there?
happened, Kyle Fletcher came out with Don Callis uh, with this weird promo why he turned on Will Ospreay, and he ended up shaving off some of his hair to show he wasn't like Ospreay.
No,
You
he
can get
looked
all the
like Don
pieces.
Callis now.
Well, he looks like a weirdo because he's got patches of hair and patches of night. He looks like patches
No, it's
Houlihan.
fully. It's I caught the fully shaved version of it. He
I'm
looks
just
like that.
saying, look like on the show, look like patches of Houlihan.
Like if y'all didn't get a
Uh,
chance, you go. Well, I think I saw it on Instagram. It actually looks like Don Callis now. It is very creepy.
Terrible. Mark Briscoe had a rematch against Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Uh, Chris
Title
Jericho.
change number 1.
Yeah, Chris Jericho won. We all knew it was going to happen. The House
This
of
is the
Black.
stupidest thing AEW could do.
It is. The House of Black beat up on 3 local talents. Good job.
Can we bring them back to WWE because y'all are not doing nothing with them?
They ain't doing nothing with them in WWE. That's why they over here.
Well, they want a trio like they are now, but I get your point.
Brody King is locked in longer than the other 2, so they can't bring all of them. Matthews in the back challenged Adam Cole to a match next week. And then in the back, Cole and Buddy Matthews had a confrontation. Not really a confrontation, but Adam Cole accepted. The good guy, bad guy, whatever he is, Adam Cole. One of the better matches was Queen Aminata versus Camille. Queen Aminata, of course, is part of the Cake Society. Camille is a single layer Cake Society, maybe a little frosted. She's there too. But this was actually a really good match. It saw 2 really powerful women kind of go at it. Camille won with a little help from Mercedes Moné, but Queen Aminata looked very good in the loss, right? And that's the way you build 2 people. But the only thing about it is she'll lose like 10 matches and we won't see her for like 2 months. So whatever she gains from this, they'll probably just take away. All right. Then we had the Elite versus Daniel Garcia and Private Party. They could have did better. AEW should have did better this week. Before that match happened, Hook did reveal it was Christian Cage who attacked Taz. Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian helped Christian Cage. Once the match started, all the gymnastics and everything happened.
Just to let y'all know, y'all see the expression on my co-host's face, right? It's not going to change no time soon.
Garcia in a Private Party won a match. He's calling himself Brother Zay now, asked for a rematch for the titles. He said if they don't win, Private Party will split up. The Bucks agreed. I mean, I don't care what they do with the Private Party. They have not presented them as anything together. I don't think they present them as anything if they were to split up. Give them the championships and let them have a better run than the Gymnastic Boys have had because they haven't really done anything for anyone with the championships. All right. Claudio and Wheeler Yuta attacked from behind. Marina Shafir pulled up in a truck, but she was by herself. So a lot of people were out there waiting. Claudio and Wheeler, they attacked Private Party. John Moxley brought Chuck Taylor to the ring. Early in the night, Chuck Taylor had told Orange Cassidy, you can beat him. The other guys haven't, you have. So you need to step up. So for his trouble, Chuck Taylor got brought to the ring. And Chuck Taylor got his neck stomped in the chair. Orange Cassidy didn't make it in time. And that was AEW Dynamite. My thought on AEW Dynamite is, let's move on. That's my thoughts on AEW. You got to be better. You got to be better. Got to be better. They remind me of the waning days of WCW right now. You got to figure it out. That's really all I got to say about that. You got anything to say about that, sir?
Nope. Took you 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. Good job.
Yep. All right. So Yolanda says, happy Monday. What up, Yolanda? Thank you for tuning in. And I completely agree with you. I try to watch AEW because, we talk about it on here or whatever. But they just don't do a lot. They'll have some good stuff every once in a while. But overall, it's mundane. Yeah, it's Monday. It's very mid. So, Playmaker, would you like to take a break now? Or would you like to go to the TNA? Where
take a break. Take a break.
I'll take a break.
Just take a quick one.
Yeah, Playmaker is running the show tonight, y'all. I'm just here. So, to take a break.
Oh, he is not happy whatsoever about last week with every company, not just one. All companies, he's not happy with.
Well, before we take a break, I just want to say, as I was watching the shows this week, this is the best way I can describe how I was feeling. That does it. All right, guys, break time.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts. Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers blog net. Hey, Eagles fan, join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
All right, we are back in the building.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And we had one of two special events during the week. First one coming from TNA, Bound for Glory. Interesting card. We had our picks and whatnot. And I can say for the both of us, we did not look good in picking these matches for TNA. You had your call your shot gauntlet match. And somehow, some way, that guy who's refereeing the TNA championship match, which I didn't know at the time, wanted to call your shot gauntlet match would be freaking Kaziri. Explain that to me. This is the most craziest thing I've ever seen. You put the ref for your world championship in a call your shot gauntlet match and he wins. Okay. Far be it from me, but all right, cool. We're going to roll with it for now. As the division championship was on the line, Mike Bailey retained. And to most people, I think they'd probably say the match of the card was the X Division Championship match. Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. Like we both said, they ain't doing nothing with Rosemary and Wendy Chu, so we didn't pick them. So the chance retained, and Rosemary to chat Wendy Chu. Well, they did something that time. So it is just a one-off, or are we gonna keep this? Well, building a few. What we doing here? Just one-off, because when I get the NXT, Wendy Chu's doing other crazy, creepy things. So, any thoughts, sir, about that team finally doing something, even though breaking each other up?
Nope, because that's the kind of crap that they do over there in TNA.
Josh Alexander defeated Steve Macklin. I think we picked Josh Alexander, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, picked
that. Surprisingly, we did not pick PCO to retain, but he did retain. You win some, you lose some. All right. Let me know if you need a moment on this one, because Mike Santana actually defeated Moose.
After what TNA did throughout this pay-per-view, doesn't even surprise me.
Moose took an L to Mike Santana.
Yep.
That's just one of two matches for the system. I ain't get to the other one yet. Which, fine enough, that was the main event.
That's how they do in these streets, man.
Now, everybody, hold on to something. Hold on to it, whatever. But we have a new Knockouts champion. Samovich defeated the Juggernaut Jordan Grace. Second title change of the week. And a shocking one at that. Does that mean that it's time for Jordan Grace to make her way over to the WWE via NXT or the main roster? This is the question most people have now, that she has finally been knocked off as the champion of the women's division.
She might as well. All it do is misuse her at TNA.
Now to our good brother Cole Johnson, who's in the chat. Here you go. I'm glad you put that comment in there, so I'm going to get right to it. Because that was not the main event. The TNA Championship match was not the main event. Nick Nemeth, we both agree was going to. Well, I think no. You picked Joe Hendry. I picked Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth retained because you'll call your shot champion is the referee for this match. And with both men down, he decides to try to call his shot. In which, to what Cole Johnson put up in the chat, JBL shows up. And who else on commentary? I know what you're doing. I understand it, but that is not a clothesline from hell. But I'm guessing since JBL don't run the ropes no more, we got to go with that way. Because a clothesline from hell is when he runs the ropes and then he takes your head off. Not grabs you and pulls you into the clothesline.
Maybe that's the outlaw JBL. The JBL taker of clothesline from hell.
He takes him out. I got to ask you a question because I know you're not happy with everything, but I have to ask you this question. What was your boy Joe Hendry doing touching JBL in the first place?
The writing in TNA was AEW like for this pay-per-view. Very AEW like. That's all I have to say. Cole Johnson says the most exciting thing that happened was John Lakeville playing an outlaw character. We'll call him JBL Taker. Cole also says, "Good evening, Monarchs. Good evening, Mr. Johnson."
Oh man.
Cole says that's the Jake Roberts short arm clothesline we saw Layfield use. Now that's the new clothesline for Bio.
That is not
TNA don't believe in anybody unless they come from WWE or AEW.
What a segue to the main event. TNA Tag Team Championships on the line. The System defending against the Hardys. I forgot the other team. It was a triple threat. Other teams escaped my head, but we ain't even picked them to win it, so that's probably the reason why it escaped my head. And my co-host did say TNA believes in guys that came from AEW and WWE, right? Well, there's only one team in that match that came from both companies. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Those darn Hardy Boys are back on top of the tag team division in TNA. The Hardys win the tag team titles.
It was ABC.
ABC, yeah, there you go. Two things. One, we didn't believe in ABC in the first place, so I don't even know why that even a team at this moment in time. Let's make that three things. Two, why the Hardy Boys? That's part of the reason why there was a main event, because you knew he was going to give it to the Hardy Boys. It was going to be this big celebration, which it was after the pay-per-view. And three, did the System go 0-2 in this pay-per-view? The System went 0-2 in this pay-per-view, right?
So apparently they're not bound for glory.
And I tell you, when I saw these results, I knew, because I already knew what happened on Raw. I didn't even know what happened on. I knew what happened on SmackDown because I was listening to it at work. Didn't really see it, but I knew what happened on SmackDown. But when I got home and I got to look at the results of TNA Bound, I said, "Oh yeah, yep, this is gonna be one of them weeks." That's why you see me in the road that I'm in right now, because I knew what today was gonna be like for my co-host. All three companies didn't do him no favors. None whatsoever. Well, we ain't talking about NXT Halloween Havoc, but we'll get there. Anything about TNA, sir, from Bound for Glory?
Nope.
No? Really? We're not even 25 minutes into the show. We already done with AEW and TNA.
If you give me an AEW product, I'm gonna give you AEW treatment. We can move on. Give me a better product.
And for the rest of the show, we're going to the WWE. So, oh yeah, Cole Johnson has something to say before we take our next commercial break. Pick whatever you want to start.
We'll start here before our next commercial break. Hold on, I gotta get up there. Cole says the fact Nemeth Hendry didn't main event the card is an absolute insult. Once I saw the card placement, I was like, well, made the wrong pick. Because there's no way in my mind that you're going to change the title and it not be the main event. Sorry, I knew at that point. And if you weren't going to make the men's championship the main event, the women's championship could have been the main event. But the tag team match had been the main event. Tag team division that you don't even give a freak about. Come on, man. All right. And TNA put the tag team titles on the most destructive stunt doubles in the history of wrestling, the Hardys. Two guys that can't even move anymore. From diving off stuff and beating their bodies up for 30 years, it seems like. But that's what TNA loves, man. They love to have champs that came from WWE and AEW and New Japan. That's where they like to get their champions from. You can just use us for a little bit. We'll whore you out for a year or 6 months or whatever, and then you can go on and lose the belts and go on somewhere else and be better again. That's what TNA is, a proving ground for other companies. You start to build up your own stars, and you just take everything from everybody you build up, and you give it all back to people that come and sign short-term contracts. That's how you like to get down, TNA. So, I guess the writers for TNA have been hanging out with Tony Khan and the Powder Tornado. Cole says the system has a systematic breakdown. They do. The breakdown is that they stayed in TNA. That's the breakdown. But like AEW, TNA was bound for disaster. Just like AEW. So here's the thing. Like, I don't care who wins, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not really invested in most people in TNA because I already know how TNA gets now. Right? Up until this, they at least did things that made sense. This feels like AEW 2.0. It really does. This whole pay-per-view feels like AEW 2.0. Let's just put the belts on new people. Let's just have guys win clean matches against guys that they shouldn't be beaten. There is no way you can look me in my eye and tell me Mike Santana should be beating Moose in a one-on-one match. Come on, man. Stop your capping. If you want to build up Mike Santana, that's cool. But having him beat Moose when he ain't beat nobody in AEW, really. A former long-term TNA champion. He ain't beat nobody in AEW. He ain't beat nobody in TNA. But now all of a sudden he could beat the champion before your current champion. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Mike Santana. That's what we're doing. Okay. Now we can go to commercial, sir. I tried to hold it in. I tried.
Oh, I know, but it's gonna come out because now we're going to WWE and it's going. Oh my gosh. This is before we get to Halloween Havoc, and we still got to talk about Crown Jewel.
Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central on the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
Well,
Sure,
ladies
we'll have
and gentlemen.
a break after Halloween Havoc, and everything. So I saved a couple.
Well, welcome back to Monarchs of Wrestling. Your boy, the Playmaker down in Silence in the building. The cool man, the cool McCain is in the building as well. As we gonna spend the rest of this time talking WWE. First order of business is Monday Night Raw. And we open up Monday Night Raw with some chaos. As Bronson Reed is coming in to come do a job, and he gave Adam Pearce his word that he was going to be on his best behavior. Guess who didn't care about that? Seth freaking Rollins, because Seth freaking Rollins comes out running from behind Bronson Reed and starts a big old brawl that's go from the backstage to the arena. Announce tables involved. You thought it was done. Then it happens again backstage, and Adam Pearce had enough of it. So later on in the show, we will pick between Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed for Crown Jewel. But, sir, the chaos that started Monday Night Raw.
So the thing is, Monday Night Raw is chaos. That's what makes Monday Night Raw unique from SmackDown and these other shows. It's chaos, but it's controlled storytelling chaos. Like, you don't have just some random dude show up in a jacket and all of a sudden he's a different character, but everybody knows who he is. A couple of weeks ago, and then he interferes in a title match, and there's no explanation as to why. They don't do that. They'll at least give you the reasons why things are happening. I do think it makes Raw unique and better, even with the 2 hours, because you have that element of just chaos, right? So you got more structured, more controlled SmackDown, where when something happens, it's kind of like, oh, Nick Aldis is getting it. On Raw, it's kind of like, and I mean, Adam Pearce said himself, he kind of likes the chaos. He just wants to make sure it doesn't go too far. So, I mean, I like the chaos thoughts on why they're doing it that way.
World Tag Team Tournament continued on Raw. The New Day defeated APO. Now, if you just would have saw that on your screen, you would have been mad. But if you actually saw the match, R-Truth played a role in this victory for the New Day. And then playing a role for the New Day, he got what he deserved, a good old-fashioned butt kicking by the Final Testament, until the lights ran out. And when the lights went out, the White Six made their presence. And when they made their presence, the Final Testament got gone, and Miz, smiling and everything, did not know that Uncle Howdy was waiting behind him. But he was saved. And to some people, that might be his final appearance. Yeah, if I do. I can see why, because he is, how old is he? Like 70 something now?
Who?
I can't think of the manager for APO.
Paul Ellering.
Yeah, Paul Ellering.
Pretty Paul Ellering.
There's some rumblings going around that was a way to get him off TV.
They didn't really need him there, so that makes sense. Not if they're going to put AOP there. If AOP was by himself, he would make sense. Like him being written off for the rest of the Final Testament storyline, and then him coming back when AOP is going to be just a tag team makes more sense. If they can stay healthy.
Miz was like, hey, Carlos, thank you for everything you've done. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm getting out of here. And Carlos was like, I just lost one of my people, homie. Like, what you think this is? And Miz got the look in his face like, I really don't want to do this. I really don't. But since I don't have a choice, we need a plan. Right. Which means we're going to get Wyatt Six versus the Final Testament at some point in time. Thoughts on that?
I mean, they haven't done anything with the Final Testament, so you might as well feed them to the Wyatt Six. I mean, they've done nothing with them. All right, one important thing that they've done since they returned the Final Testament. I mean, they could just throw it over a bridge and send them to TNA, as far as I'm concerned.
They could. Now, something that we talked about a week ago, and it reappeared again on Monday Night Raw. Damage Control, they don't back down from a fight, but they kind of put their foot in their mouths, because now you have to deal with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. More so on the Raquel Rodriguez side than Liv Morgan of anything.
Pretty much.
But Io Sky, being Io Sky, just had to just couldn't help but put her hands on Jakari Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
You can't have a kick conversation without putting Miss Jackson or
Yes,
Jordan
I
Grace,
know.
by the way.
I am a Miss Jackson.
Slammer's is kind of packing. She ain't lacking either.
She's not, but I am a fan of Miss Jackson, so just hope y'all know that. But for some reason, Io Sky couldn't get her. Like, it wasn't like Jakari Jackson and Last Legend did anything to get involved in the match, so why is you putting your hands on her? But you did, and Last Legend let you have it. In doing so, it became a no contest. So fight breaking out. Next thing you know, we have Raquel Rodriguez face to face with Last Legend. We have Liv Morgan face to face with Jakari Jackson. Interesting, if I do say so myself. And then guess who music hits? Rhea Ripley.
This is my brutality.
Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring. She headbutts Raquel. Raquel shook it off. I don't think I ever seen Raquel Rodriguez shake off a headbutt from Rhea Ripley. So that's something new and interesting. But nevertheless, she falls over the top rope like most the bigger person does. Then the person who Rhea really wants, she got her hands on, put her in that also fatal submission until Tissue Face Dirty Dom came for the save, and he got put in the submission. So you had a lot of cakes in this segment, sir, and you had a lot of action in this segment, sir. How do you feel?
I definitely enjoyed the amount of cakeage in the segment. I thought it was a nice way to just tie a bunch of things in together too, in a limited time, because you lose an hour of the show, which is probably only about 20, 25 minutes of actual time besides commercials, but you lose some time in the show. So kind of putting everything together and not doing it all the time, but kind of just doing everything together like that, I thought was a good way to highlight a lot of different women and get a lot of cakes on camera for a lot of us cake lovers. So kudos for thinking of us. I appreciate it.
Cole Johnson, our brother, has a question for us.
Yeah, we'll go over the chat and try to get through a few things. Cole says Precious Paul Ellering before they turned the Road Warriors baby faces. He was before they were baby faces. He was Precious Paul Ellering. It was pretty Paul Ellering at one point too. Mr. Johnson also says, do you two believe Rhea becoming a babyface again has been a failure, like some ridiculous people on social media believe? No.
I don't know how we turned at the same time. That was not planned.
That was not planned. Also, Cole says, sad we won't see the proper payoff between Rhea and Dominic Mysterio because of WWE not believe in holding intergender matches. So the workaround for that is very simple. If you really keep her and Jay's thing going, right, you can have a tag team match. Her and Jay will go against Dom and Liv. And then at some point in the match, you just have her and Dom. You have Dom in the ring. She knocks Liv out. She comes in. She gets tagged in. And she gives Dom the business for a few minutes. That's all we really need. We don't really need a match. We just need her to get her hands on Dom and for her to get some retribution by physically whooping his ass. That's what we really need. What up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, man? Appreciate you tuning in.
Daniel?
But yeah, that's all we really need.
Now that we
got, what I'm saying, we just need her to get about 5 good minutes of giving him the work, and we'll all be happy.
That's what we really want. We just want to see her beat up Dom. Don't need to be a match. Just have her beat up Dom, and we good.
Yeah, that's all we need.
But I like how they doing it though, because it's pretty much showing Dom already knows the feeling of getting manhandled by mommy, so he ain't trying to feel that again, which is smart on WWE part.
It is. I agree it is.
That might be the only thing he said good about WWE this week. Back to the World Tag Team Tournament. We saw the New Day win. Oh, yeah, by the way, the week before the War Raiders. They are not the Viking Raiders no more, ladies and gentlemen. They are back to the NXT name, the War Raiders. So we got
Which
two
was
people.
to begin with.
We got one spot remaining. LWO, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee going against the Creed Brothers of American Made. I'm saying to myself, is there a way for LWO to win this match and it makes sense? Yes, interference. How can I put this? They use interference and it still didn't make sense. So you go LWO won, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee won. But you telling me, if I'm being completely honest here, and you know how I feel about American Made, so this tell you how fair I am, okay? But you telling me with Chad Gable and Ivy Now on the outside, and only person on the LWO side is Selena Vega, that a stinking flip-flop thrown at Chad Gable is enough for LWO to beat the Creed Brothers.
That's what they're trying to get you to believe, sir. Yes.
Like, we couldn't have like Cruz Turbo come out here and like take out Chad Gable or anything, or at least try to take out Chad Gable. Distract him enough that he can't pay attention to what's going on in the ring. Like, really?
We should have, sir. We should have.
So we're gonna have Rey Mysterio. So we're gonna have Rey Mysterio set up for the 619. Chad Gable gets on the ropes, stops it. Selena throws the flip flop at him, hit him. Ivy now tries to intervene, but unsuccessfully does nothing. And then we gonna run it all the way back again for the 619 connect, tagging Dragon Lee, hit the forward splash, and 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Well, sir, Mr. Johnson says some chancla action from Zelina Vega.
Yeah, that's all that it took to beat the Creed Brothers.
Cole says WWE treated that match like a Puerto Rican man being upset with boys making too much noise. Beautiful. I think yeah, mom. I was thinking man, but yeah, mom makes more sense when I finish reading it. Cole, you mess for that. You are a mess for that, sir.
Hey, and Cool would tell you how I feel about American Made. For me to say that tells you how I feel about what they did to the Creed Brothers. Because I don't even like American Made.
You like it more than you like another group.
Oh, most definitely. And thankfully, I didn't have to see them on Monday night.
Well, no man can take them home anyway, so.
I need to sip some tea on that one.
That's an all-time understatement moment.
You missed the part, Cole. You missed the part when we talked about the whole Final Testament and AOP losing to the New Day. That's when R2 showed up.
Yeah, he did show up. Cole says, "You mean we didn't see R-Truth? Oh, we saw R-Truth."
R-Truth cost AOP a shot at them tag titles.
Yeah, he did.
So I'll get to that because that's tonight, if I remember correct. So I'll get to that match tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the main event of Monday Night Raw. The Intercontinental Championship. We are running it back between Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. As we're running it back and we doing the intros and all that stuff, good matches. It's a match that we expected how it goes. But if you listen to us last week, ladies and gentlemen, we told you by the simple fact that a certain Intercontinental Champion showed up on SmackDown, we knew what was coming. And while the match is going on, Jay has the upper hand at this moment in time after both guys were beating the brakes off each other. And Solo Sikoa walking calmly down through the crowd to the front row with Jacob Fatu right behind him. Says, I'm trying to help you. I got tickets. I'm trying to help you. Seeing Jay being Bloodline Jay, because we got to differentiate the two, okay? We got Geek Jay and we have Bloodline Jay. Bloodline Jay comes out, and you know how Bloodline Jay is. He don't want to see anybody help him, okay? That's Bloodline Jay. He doesn't want help. Bloodline Jay shows up, doesn't want help. No confrontation at this moment in time. We get back to the match. Him and Braun Breaker continue to fight. This time, the other side of the commentary table, Gorillas of Destiny showed up. Tonga Loa, he eats a super kick from Jay. Tonga, he tries to do it and he gets taken care of by Jay. Solo hops over the barricade, trying to tell Jay, we trying to help you. And Bloodline Jay doesn't want any help. If you know anything about Bloodline Jay, when he's in that mode, don't do anything. Am I lying? Don't do anything when Bloodline Jay comes out. Solo being a brother at this moment in time, yes, I have to say brother because he was, pushes Jay out the way and he takes the spear from Braun Breaker. At that moment, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know about you, cool, but at that moment in time, I said, oh boy, are we finna get Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker throwing hands now? Because the so-called Tribal Chief has been laid out with a spear by Braun Breaker. Jacob Fatu climbs over that barricade. They come face to face. I'm like, oh, it's finna get nasty. It's finna get real nasty at the moment, but that doesn't happen. We get back to the match. We keep going at it. Officials come out. They get rid of the Gorillas of Destiny, but they forgot about Jacob Fatu and Solo being on the other side, which doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, we're going to keep it going. As he's pulling the page out of Braun Breaker's book, trying to run around the ring and speed up for a hellacious spear, and Jacob Fatu super kicks Jay. Braun Breaker gets Jay back in the ring, spears him. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker is now a 3-time Intercontinental Champion.
You mean 2-time, don't you?
Could be 2. Because I think then he lose it to Sammy and then he beat Sammy to get it back.
Nah, he just beat Sammy. He lost the match, but he didn't have a championship before then.
2-time Intercontinental Champion. Might as well feel like 3. Because like with him, he get it, lose and get it back. It was like
he should never lost it.
Actually, should never win against Jay in the first place to begin with, because they put stuff in that corner. It's like you just put the title on him, but you know how people feel about Jey Uso. So what you gonna do? That's Triple H's fault.
Yep. Yep.
Now, sir, the 3 count happened. Braun Breaker is a champion again, thanks to Bloodline 2.0, mainly Jacob Fatu. Go ahead.
I mean, what did I tell y'all? I said I don't like this. I don't want this because I knew where this was leading. I understood where this was leading because I've been watching and paying attention. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've said this before. The whole purpose of the Bloodline was to elevate all of them as individuals. You had Jay separated. You had him elevated. But then you had him go to SmackDown. When his music hit on SmackDown, I was like, his reign's over. It's over. It's over. I already knew. Money didn't even make me mad because last Friday told me everything I needed to know. You went and stuck your nose where it didn't belong, thanks to Hunter, and you paid the price. So now we're back to tribal, right hand man, maybe Jey Uso, but we're back to Bloodline Jey Uso. We don't have main event Jey Uso anymore. We don't have the eater of eaters. We don't have that guy anymore. So what was the point in doing all of it? There was no point. All of this shouldn't have happened. He should have just stayed and got beat up, and him and Jimmy could have just got beat up by Solo and both put on the shelf. We didn't need any of this if this was the outcome. You know, the only people that benefited from this was the WWE's pockets. That's why they did it. Piss on you, WWE. Hot urine after you drink 5 beers.
Cole Johnson. Just hello, Cole Johnson.
So let's go with Cole's comments here because I'd be waiting because we want to get them together. So of course, referring to R-Truth, Cole says somebody retire his behind. Somebody needs to. He says now Cool is about to be heated. Cool is so heated is calm. Not even out. Jay versus Braun Breaker. Oh yeah. Says we can't have Braun and Jacob throw hands yet. That's a future WrestleMania main event. And yes, I mean throw hands. And then he does not 3, it's 2 as well. You know, Cole is our checker stats.
He just gonna drop the R. All right, let's get to Smackdown on Friday night. I don't know what it is, but I wish more people listen to us. Because more people review and listen to us, they'll be knowing these things right before it happens. Because do we not be telling people what's going to happen? What was the first thing I said when we talked about the whole Randy Orton Nick Aldis confrontation?
Trips will have to be out there.
He calls out Triple H. Him and Triple H, they take stabs at each other, which is ouch. He had to put him in public knowledge by him not being able to show up on time. Triple H, jeez. But they do it. Randy Orton gets what he wants. He gets Kevin Owens, and that's going to be a crown jewel. So put a pin in that. Game 7 between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And if you pay attention to us when we talk about TNA, so you telling me like the guy who won the Call Your Shots Gauntlet match is the referee for this match. The guy that both men want because he's the United States champion is the referee for this match. Are we not surprised how this match ended in a no contest? LA Knight took both of them out. But credit Nick Aldis. He's not showing any favoritism. Well, since you want to take out both competitions and not have a defender winner, you take on both of them. That's going to be a crown jewel.
A triple threat. What a shot.
And here's the thing that me and Cool always agree about. If something happens a previous week, you don't reverse it the following week. Naomi versus Candice LeRae. If you know, Candice LeRae is the reason why her and Naomi and Nia Jax beat Naomi and Bayley. Correct? We're going to run it back with the singles competition. Bayley shows up, evens the odds with Indy Hartwell, and Naomi beats Candice LeRae. So what are we doing? Your speed champion won a tag team match, but your speed champion gets beat in a singles match.
Why is your speed champion on TV if you're not even going to acknowledge the championship? And when I say acknowledge it, I mean show it.
And by the way, your speed champion lost to the person that she beat in a tag team match. What are we doing, Triple H?
Sounds like Tony Khan booking.
What are we doing, Triple H? What are we doing? Come on, man. You're better than this.
Maybe it's not.
Sir, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to let you have it. Champ to champ face off.
I know I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes, right? This was the driest champ versus champ face off I think I've ever seen. Right? You try to take shots. You try to go with the angle of getting Cody upset by the things that Gunther says. So then, of course, his little side boy comes out. His little his Farnsworth Bentley comes out and helps him. And then Randy Orton, of course, has to come out and help Cody once Cody hits Gunther. I'm just gonna say next. Like I don't even have anything about it. I'm just gonna say next. Like it didn't accomplish anything. Whatever they were trying to do, it did not work.
Oh my God! See, this is why I knew what today was going to be like.
It didn't work.
Champion versus champion, and okay. And when does Cody Rhodes ever take the first shot? By the way, that's different.
So I'm gonna give y'all some things. They're out of order, but they work perfectly. So Yolanda says, "What is a speed champion?" And then Cole lovely and wonderfully says, "The WWE Speed Champion equals the NBA in-season tournament champion." You may be insulting the NBA in-season tournament champion a little bit, but Yolanda, just because you may not be the only person that doesn't care enough to even know. Not that you don't know, because you probably don't care enough.
Let me put it to you like this, my sister. The Speed Champion is the champion of Twitter/X. Because that's the only way you're gonna see it. I'm gonna put it like that.
They have a tournament.
That is the X/Twitter champion. That's what it is.
They have a tournament, and it's all on Twitter and Instagram or whatever. They have a tournament, and then whoever wins the tournament challenges whoever the champion is. So they're 5-minute matches. So you have 5 minutes to have a match. So you're on regular TV, you have these long 10, 15-minute matches, and the same people turn around and have a 5-minute or less match for a championship. And somebody actually wins every time. Yeah. That's what the speed is.
Now,
you have to do it quickly.
So we gonna get there, Cole. We're gonna get there. Which is amazing to me because we can have multiple world and WWE champion face off, but we can have the women's champion and the women's world champion face off multiple times. Come on, man. You gotta do better. Now, speaking of women, we get to see all 3 GMs. Nick Aldis obviously because he's a SmackDown GM. We get to see Adam Pearce because he's the Raw GM, and we get to see Ava, who's the NXT champion. Why? Because we had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven backstage talking. We have Lash Leshin and Jakari Jackson backstage talking. We have Damage Control back there talking. And guess who comes walking up looking mighty, mighty fine? All of them. The WWE Women's Champion, the Thunder Cakes. And he said, all right, quiet down. Adam Pearce starts it off, and he throws it to Nick Aldis, and Ava finish it off by saying women's tag team title will be on the line, that crown jewel, and it's going to be a fatal 4-way. Thunder Cakes defending against Damage Control, Green and Niven, and Ledge and Jackson. So, we're going to get to that in a minute. Sticking with the tag team, remember, on Raw, we had the World Tag Team Tournament. This one on SmackDown, we had the WWE Tag Team Tournament.
They're already done because they had 2 triple threat matches in the first round to just get to the finals. They was like, we ain't going to play.
Motor City Machine Gun versus DIY. Back and forth affair, and didn't know which way it was going to go, even though me and my co-host was leaning Motor City Machine Gun, because when you're their new team and it's all this hoopla around you, we're going to rock with you. But the way that they did this match, you just didn't know. A little miscommunication by DIY. Motor City Machine Gun takes advantage. 1, 2, 3. your number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Gun. And then we'll be facing off against the Gorilla of Destiny at some point in time. Oh, that time will be in the right afterwards because Solo Sikoa and Bloodline 2.0 came out to the ring. They went to commercial break and they came back. We saw Nick Aldis in the ring. This is not, no, we're not doing this tonight. So it's like, calm down. We just introducing ourselves. With the Machine Gun, welcome to SmackDown. We are the Bloodline. I'm your tribal chief and all that good stuff. And, Chris Sabin gets the mic. He introduces Mother Machine Gun to the Bloodline 2.0. They doing stuff like this. They say, whenever you want to give us our title shot, whenever, however, it don't matter. Solo looked at it, was like, okay, whenever, huh? How about right now in Brooklyn? Nick Aldis was like, no. They just went through a match. They decorated. He finna go through the whole list about the Motor City Machine Gun. They cut him off and said, no. Alex said, no. You want to do it right now? We can do it right now. So not even 10 minutes after they won the tournament, they are already in match number 2 for the tag team titles against the Gorillas of Destiny. The match starts. They go back and forth, and then Bloodline 2.0 starts to take advantage of it. And then Jimmy, being Jimmy, black hood, black jacket, shows up, start beating up Solo Sikoa. Super kicks Jacob Fatu before Solo takes advantage of him. Then they start to do the whole 2-on-1 thing, and then Roman Reigns music hits. I love how Michael Cole and Corey Graves is at this shot that Roman Reigns was there. You saw that, right? It's shocking that Roman Reigns is in Brooklyn.
And Jay already came out. Come on now.
Jimmy's already getting beat up. He already started the whole 2-on-1 thing.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, they even up the odds. They run Solo and Jacob Fatu to the back and whatnot. The referee gets the bump, so you know what that means. Some motion shenanigans going to take place. Remember, the whole Roman Reigns Jimmy thing happened without the referee taking a bump. Then the referee takes a bump. It means more shenanigans going to take place. Tonga Lord grabs a couple of chairs. Tonga, he's locked and loaded, ready to use it. Then he looks. And there's another guy in a black jacket with a black bandana. And you can hear Corey say, Cole, you know who that is? And Michael Cole's like, I looked in his eyes, I know who that is. You basically gave it away who it is. We probably could figure it out already. Super kick the Tonga Lord. Super kick and a spirit to the Tama Tonga. And who is it? Jey Uso. Payback is a y'all fill in the blank. Want to see the Machine Gun takes advantage. 1, 2, 3. Not even a month with the company. And Motor City Machine Guns are your WWE Tag Team Champions.
2 weeks. Enjoy while it lasts, fellas. You won't be new after that. And in case you haven't been watching, you will get thrown to the wayside. Ask the Street Profits.
So that's on the Tag Team Championship match itself. Not the stuff that happened afterwards. I'm going to get to that. But just the Tag Team title match itself. What you got?
Monday told us all this was going to happen. This is pretty much all this is going to happen. And the thing is, it makes sense because it's the way you wanted to go, but you shouldn't have went this way. It makes sense because if you're going to have Jay lose his belt, of course, there's going to be some retribution, right? And then you come out and you boldly proclaim that you're going to challenge, that you want to do your championship match right away. We already knew how this was going to go. I'll say this, though. The way they did it, at least they tried to do something. They tried. They tried to make you feel like, oh, who is that? Could that be somebody else? Even though he's the exact same size and the exact same face as Jey Uso? Could that be another member of the Bloodline? Right.
It doesn't help that Cole and Graves gave it away.
Even if they didn't, sir. Even if they didn't.
I'm pretty sure we would have figured it out. But I'm just saying,
everybody
help.
knew who that was when they seen him.
But it doesn't help with them two. Well, that's part of the reason why they did it. It's like everybody gonna figure it out. They know what they
might as well figure it out. So make it seem like that's what we were doing.
So after the match, Jimmy comes back into the ring, slowly gets into the ring, and the Uso brothers hug it out to a standing ovation and loud pop from the Brooklyn crowd. While Roman Reigns is standing in the entranceway, how would you say Roman Reigns was looking? Deep thought.
Roman Reigns was looking like fudge nuggets. I don't want to do this, but I have to. That's what Roman Reigns was looking like.
That's what you say he was looking like.
Fudge nuggets. You know what I mean when I say that. That's what he was looking like.
So the Usos are putting their difference to the side. They do say the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my brother. Oh, my sister. Oh. Yes, I did. That's been plastered all over social media, Instagram, Facebook. Probably was on X too, but I didn't really look at X like that. But yes. Those of you who are listening to the Weird Rise Radio, my sister put in the comment section, did y'all hear that Samantha hated being a ring announcer and she wanted to be more hands-on with the talent, like being a manager or something? Yes. So the fact that we know that and the fact that WWE didn't want to do that put things in an interesting perspective. But she was one hell of a ring announcer. I mean, in a way, I can't really fault Triple H on that. She was a hell of a ring announcer.
I can fault him. You got them cakes getting involved in matches? Come on now, man. I can fault him.
Is that the only reason why you fault him?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna take them cakes away from us being able to see her do other stuff? You know, like, and she wanted to be like a manager, right? So it's not like she wanted to get in the ring and fight. She just wanted to be a manager. Now, B-Fab can do it on SmackDown, but she can't do it on Raw. Come on, man.
That's a good point.
Come on, man.
And I'm a fan of B-Fab too.
Stop the cap, Hunter.
All right. Quick commercial break. Then we have one PLE to review and one PLE to preview.
Triple H, you're right this week. Stank. Yeah, a little bit more stank on it.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids from the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
All
right.
with Jason Whitlock.
All right, welcome back to Monarchs of Wrestling. Now we have a PLE to recap. Halloween Havoc for NXT. First and foremost, I must have missed the opening part because when did the heck they get Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray to be part of the show? I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming?
No.
Busted Open was in Brooklyn. So anyway, we had the North American title rematch between the Don Tony D'Angelo versus Old Bill Finney, and the Don has retained the NXT champion. Was supposed to have been a tables, ladders, and scares match. It was brutality at what you expect, but this rematch fell kind of short. But the Don is still the North American champions. I don't know if you have anything with this match, but this rematch wasn't. This rematch didn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah. But I will say Zara in those Jaguar shorts though. Interesting.
I wasn't upset.
You're never upset and stuff like that. All right, we had Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion, teaming up with her best buddy, Corey J. And they had on matching outfits, which is interesting. That quickly. We're going to have to put on matching outfits. Against Julia and Stephanie Vakir. And I was trying to figure out how they wanted to do this match. How this match was going to end, who gets the pinfall, who gets pinned. And Roxanne Perez got pinned, sir.
Yes, she did.
Stephanie got the pinfall. So I'm looking forward to a Stephanie versus Roxanne title shot coming up very soon.
It's normally how it works, especially in NXT.
But the ending of the match was taken away because Zarya showed up in the suite. See, when they did it on NXT Tuesday, they didn't really show her like that. But when they show her up in that suite, I was like, oh, she coming to terrorize everybody. Okay, I get it now. She's coming to terrorize everybody.
She's one of Rhea Ripley's countrymen.
So, but keep that in mind because it ain't the only time we saw her. Ambulance match between Rich Hollins and the Redeemer of Chase University, Andre Chase.
The smallest guy ever.
Would this be Andre Chase's revenge? Unfortunately, no.
If Andre Chase had beat Rich Hollins, I would have quit watching NXT. Period. That's how ridiculous that would have been.
Rich Hollins wins, and you just see Andre Chase in the back looking like he went through it and he's trapped. That's the funny part for me. It's him reaching like he tried to escape. While Rich Hollins is sitting there enjoying his victory. I was wondering if somebody was going to hop in the front seat and drive off with Chase. That's all I'm looking for. If I'll be completely honest. I don't know about you. Oh, that was funny.
It was different.
But we did get some.
Yeah, a little-
We did have some fun with this match, though. I give him that.
They did. They did do that.
By virtue of Javon Evans slapping the taste out of Nathan Fizz's face, this tomorrow, Evans and Cedric Alexander get a tag team title shot. I don't think they're gonna really do it. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Man, it makes no reason, no sense for
It
them to
looks
have a
good.
shot.
It looks good, but I don't think they're gonna do it. That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna play nice too.
So, those of you who don't know, this tomorrow, NXT will be held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in a very special place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. By the way, you want to tell them what that special place is, sir?
You can tell them.
So they're gonna be at the old stomping grounds of ECW. I do believe they will be on 23rd Street down in Philly. And Cole Johnson, if you're still listening, we're getting our match, sir. We are getting our match. Jakari Parker versus Lola Vice. And for some reason, they wanted to make the pot even more sweeter for us, cool. Don Marie is the referee for this match.
I did see that, and again, I was not upset.
Well, NXT, Shawn Michaels in his bag.
He need to go help his friend.
So we getting Jada Parker, Lola Vice, and Don Marie in the ring at the same time. At the same time.
The same time.
Okay. Yeah, yes.
Cakes by the boatload.
Now, those of you who don't know, by this time, Rich Hollins decides to interrupt the busted open segment of NXT for the second time after he beat Andre Chase. Bully Ray told him, I let it go once. I'm gonna tell you again. Don't let it happen again. But it's got me thinking, like, what the heck is going to happen between them two?
Definitely see a match coming. Now,
here is a downer for some of us here. So, Kalani Jordan had to defend her women's NXT North American Championship in a gauntlet match with the Fatal Influencers, all three members. She beat Knox. She beat Jade. But then it was our former partner left, Henley. And when you have 3 against 1, we can figure out how this match is going to end. Haley beats her from her partner. Kalani Jordan is no longer a champion. But as we did in the first women's match, we quickly previewed from that because Zachary was no longer in the suite. She was in the ring, and she took out all 3 ladies for Fatal Influence without taking a single hit. Yeah, she's coming to terrorize the NXT Women's Division. It's 3 y'all in the ring now. One of y'all could land one hand on her. Not one. There's 6 hands versus 2, and the 2 beat all 6.
Well, you know, the introduction's always got to be you're tougher than everybody in the world. That's kind of.
So then we get ready for this main event. Before I get to the main event, we'll talk. We had Vince Joseph on one side. By the way, what in the blue hell was he wearing last night? That's why my co-host second to say, because he's in agreement with me. We have Booker T on the other side, and they are talking about how this Devil's Playground for the NXT Championship is going to take place. if y'all remember last week, we talked about how Winnie Chu decided to steal your girl Tatum and put her in a freaking I forgot a proper term for it, but that freaking box
Crate. The crate.
You're like, what the world is going on here? Well, that crate made it to Halloween Havoc, and Tatum popped out of it right in front of Booker T out of nowhere. And her deranged self, because that's exactly how she was acting, got out of it. How in the heck she had a mic in her hand already? That's the first thing.
That was weird. That was weird.
Comes up, yeah, it ain't called Halloween Havoc for nothing. She gets out the crate. It was like, oh my God, we need to get you to a hospital. We need to get you checked and all that stuff. And she's like, no, I just want to match with Wendy Chu, whatever the case may be. And she spin the freaking wheel. I want to know, does that wheel have a certain spot that it's supposed to land on? Because out of everything, it landed on that casket match. Did somebody knew exactly how to spin that wheel so it can land on the casket match?
No, sir. No way. It's got to be completely random.
Because far be it for me to put two and two together when you got Tatum coming out of a freaking crate, and then she spins the wheel, and it's a casket match, and Ava just agrees to it. She didn't even resist. With all ego, Paige, and everybody else, she resisted until her hand was for it. Tatum ain't even forced her hand. She just spent the wheel to land on the casket match. She just gave it to her.
She's like, this chick is getting out of a crate. Go ahead.
Which is going to happen tomorrow between Winnie Chu and Paxton. It's going to be in the casket match. 2 days before Halloween, by the way. Now we get to the Devil's Playground NXT Championship match. Now your boy Trick Williams decided to come out like he's a character from Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
Old Trick Willie.
But nevertheless, we go back and forth. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, we've seen a lot of talent changes this week, no matter what the company is. We did change hands earlier with the Women's North American champion. What we doing here? What we doing here? Said a match can end anywhere. Anything goes in this match. Now tell me this: why do we have a match that can end anywhere, but the match ends in the ring?
I guess Triple H gave Sean some advice on that one. That would be my guess.
And not only that, we have Trick Williams bleeding from the mouth. And we let him continue on.
Because he's a champ and we can't let him lose that way.
And nevertheless, he does not lose. He beats all ego. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And then Rich Hollins decides to beat up the champion. And after him and all ego get face to face, ego decides to help him. And then Bully Ray comes for the save. We did have, I will say this spot though, we did have a jackal in a spot because Trick Williams decided to put a pumpkin head on top of all ego. That was nice.
And the crowd was chanting, "Whoop that pumpkin."
All right, so Crown NXT Halloween Havoc, sir. How you feel about
it? It was good for what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It was fine for what it was supposed to be. I don't have any beef with it.
And now we look forward. Well, tonight we have the finals of the World Tag Titles. So, Water Raiders, New Day, or LWO, sir?
It should be the War Raiders. They're coming back this LWO team, I've never heard them tag before. In the New Day, we already know what's up with them. So I'm gonna pick War Raiders to be the team to fight.
As far as I know, that's the only match that's on the line. So, I mean, that's the only title match that's on the line. So, well, the match that has implications of titles to it. Everything else that happens don't even really matter. It's all about crown jewel. Speaking of which, all right, let's go. Let's go with feud number 1. Seth freaking Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed needs to win this match. Seth Rollins doesn't.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
If we're going to build Big Bronson Reed, he has to beat Seth Rollins. Otherwise, if Seth Rollins wins, we probably don't no longer care anymore.
Nope.
Because you did all that damage to Seth Rollins just to lose. Doesn't work for us.
The first match they had to.
All right. United States Championship match triple threat. LA Knight defending against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, you want me to go, sir?
This is an interesting one. Because, you know, triple threat matches are very tricky. I think I'm going to go with him.
You going to go with who?
I think I'm going to go with him.
All right. No, I'm going with.
After like what? 2 months of not being able to use it.
Yes, sir.
I won't be mad if LA Knight retains, but triple threat match. I just have a feeling the title's changing hands. If it's not this one, if it's not this match, then okay. Before I get in that match, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. As much as I would love for Randy Orton to win, he's not winning this match because of what that promo
makes sense for Kevin Owens to win.
Kevin Owens is winning.
Yeah. It only makes sense for him to win. I agree.
We got to build it up to Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes to fight at some point.
Mm-hmm. And making it happen quicker is taking out Randy Orton.
Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Thundercats going against Damage Control, Legend and Jackson versus Green and Niven. Of course, you going with the Thundercats. Here's my problem though. The last time we was in this situation, even though it was a triple threat match, we got pied in the face.
Well, that's why it doesn't make sense to do it again.
Champs, I need y'all to retain. Oh, and congratulations to Jagari Jackson and Last Legend because y'all are official members of SmackDown.
Ain't that crazy work?
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of having there last week if they was going to be members of SmackDown anyway? Ain't that crazy work?
Well, I think that was a way for them to set it up to fit a 4-way.
Right, but they need her if they're going to make them members of SmackDown. They need Ava Raine.
I'm going with the Thundercats, but if Last Legend and Jacari Jackson win the title, I would not.
If Medicaid's win, I ain't gonna be mad either.
Just throwing that out there. I won't be mad. Yeah, surprisingly, they moved them up to the SmackDown roster, which is crazy.
All right, so Yolanda had some comments here. We were trying to get through the stuff, so we didn't go over them, but we're gonna go over them real quick here. So Yolanda has been very interactive, and I appreciate that. So she says, wow, yeah. And she says, so I missed that PLE. It happens. She thanks us for the recap. Yes, sucks that she lost her belt. She does agree that LA is going to retain. We talked about She says they better keep the titles. She says, oh, they are. Talking about Thundercakes, and that's what's up.
No, so you're talking about Legend and Jackson being moved up to the main roster.
I mean, meta cakes. Sorry, all these cakes.
But knowing how WWE works, they're gonna keep it seem like they still part of NXT though.
You know how they do.
But no, they are part of SmackDown. They are on the SmackDown roster. All right, sir. The first of two Crown Jewel champions, the women's. Who becomes the Crown Jewel Women's Champion?
It only makes sense for it to be Nia. That's the only way it makes sense to me. Because you're going to have a whole bunch of interference. You're going to have, at the end of the day, Rhea's going to come out and make sure that Liv doesn't get it.
What about Bailey and Naomi?
Well, they'll come out, but you got to remember Raquel Rodriguez is going to handle at least one of them, and Tiffy Time is going to be out there lurking. Now, the other option that could happen, I'm not picking this, but the other option that could happen is if Liv wins, Nia squashes her, and then Tiffy cashes in and wins money, and then wins that championship. So Liv has the other one, but she doesn't have that one. That's
it won't put it past me that Triple H just might do that.
That's the only other option. You know what I'm saying?
But something tell me, somehow, someway, Liv Morgan's going to win this match.
I don't feel
because of that toilet face dude, Dirty Dom.
Well, that's what's gonna bring Rhea out when Dirty Dom comes out to help.
Now I think Rhea gonna come out regardless because it's Liv Morgan. She got the title, and Raquel Rodriguez is back now. Remember who's been making the save? Dirty Dom's been making the save because Rhea Ripley's already in the ring, trying to take out both of them, and Dom just comes out of nowhere for the save. That's how I feel like this is going to go. But I would love for Tiffany Stratton to cash in on Liv Morgan. That'll do me great justice. Even though that would put Tiffany Stratton on Raw instead of SmackDown. Well, then again, she'll be with her man. So
she's a better champion than Liv Morgan.
I mean, I'm saying is I'm enjoying Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. Men's Crown Jewel champion. My sister's already picking Gunther.
Yep, she also picked Nia to win. So she picked Nia and she's picking Gunther. I feel like Gunther has a good chance because Cody got this stuff going on with Kevin Owens. He always sticking his face in the bloodline stuff. Like he tried to be like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I think Cody will win. Cody on that John Cena schedule. That's why his nose in everybody's business because he got to have 50 reasons to be on TV every week. So I think that Cody gets the Cena rub and wins.
Can I put it the non-kayfabe way?
Sure.
I don't think Sabre is ready to pay to see Gunther win that title.
That's fair. Because you could talk about Cody and say how he's boring. Listen to Gunther.
My sister, I hear you, but I don't think Sabre is ready to pay for that championship so Gunther can win and represent
Gunther. Yonder says Cody don't need to win. He is doing too much. I mean, I agree.
I think they
I
pay
feel
for
like
that
when
title.
you win it, you can only defend it at Crown Jewel. I don't want to see that belt no other time.
That's what Triple H said. There's a Crown Jewel championship, so there's no other place for you to
Right, but I just want to be clear. He did say it's a Crown Jewel championship, but I don't want to see the belt, and I don't want to hear about it unless it's at Crown Jewel. Treat it like a speed championship, but don't talk about it.
All I'm saying is I don't think Saudi Arabia paid for those titles and have Gunther as their champion.
I don't disagree, sir. Gunther.
So as you think about it, I did what you did, but in reverse. Because I do believe somebody from SmackDown is going to win that title. Cody Rhodes. And I do think somebody on Raw is going to win that title. Liv Morgan.
Right. I hear
she
what
went.
you're saying.
So
Will could win, but I'm gonna go SmackDown sweep because those are two that makes the most sense.
But yeah, Cody's winning that. The only way Gunther wins that match is what my co-host said. Kevin Owens gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
Because the problem is, we picking this stuff, but we haven't seen SmackDown or Raw this week, and you know how they do. So that's why I'm picking right now. Just saying.
But I'm just saying, I don't think Saudi paid to see Gunther as they face. That's all.
I don't think they paid to see Liv either.
But hey, we are talking about the two people that one day they're king and queen of the ring tournaments in Saudi Arabia. So
exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. 10 minutes past 8. Let's go watch some Monday Night Raw. I'm trying to watch some Monday Night Football as well, but I don't think Danny Penny is going to give me anything enjoyable to watch, even though I'm not a Giants fan.
Well, make sure you tell.
Oh, by the way, good showing yesterday, sir. Matter of fact, good showing for the weekend, by the way. Good showing for the weekend.
Yes, sir. Good showing yourself, sir, on Thursday.
Hey, we're not done yet.
And that makes our matchup more exciting. All right. Make sure you tell 4 of your friends or people that you think are your friends and 4 people who may or may not like you. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just because they don't like you doesn't mean they won't like us. And it's never where you start. It's always where you finish. I'm going to do it just because I'm going to do it. Yolanda says go Falcons. We're going to do that because they did do their thing. They did do their thing.
They swept the Bucks.
Hey, they did do their thing. We out.